All right, we back. Huddle Up podcast number LeBron episode 23.
23.
Let's go, man. LeBron episode, perfect timing. Got Hayden with me, of course. Big day today, man. Very big day for the culture. Down goes the Niners. We celebrate that. That's like Christmas Day, man. Christmas Day all around. Texans beat them, especially. It's the vibes are high. We're gonna go over a little NFL today, as always. NBA is back, which has been honestly. I think we kind of talked about this a little bit, but I wasn't like super excited for NBA. Like I was just like kind of rolling into it, and then opening night was just like unreal. So love that. We're back, man. We're back. Possibly we'll get to a little World Series too, tied 1-1. But let's start. We'll kick it off with Niners Texans. Let me get the score right. Texans won 26-15. Huge win, man. Huge win. I wasn't super surprised in terms of the win. I think it was in terms of like spots. The Texans really were in a perfect spot after that ugly Monday night game. Everyone was super low on them, thought they sucked. The thing is with the Texans, like, do you know how many yards they had today? The Texans?
400.
Yeah, 475.
Jesus, okay.
So now, I'm not gonna sit here and overreact and be like, okay, like this offense is like insane. It's not. Obviously, it's still like a average to bottom tier offense. But what I am gonna say is the difference. Like if the team they're going against has a good D line, it's over. It's over. Like they will not be able to get anything. But the second it's a mediocre to bad like defensive line, we saw this in the Ravens game, we saw this in the Titans game, we saw this today in the San Francisco game.
It's actually a really good point.
The second it's a mid defensive line, everything opens up. Because the run game can kind of get going. Stroud has a little bit of time and can get confidence and get in a rhythm. And then the defense can play just, going after Mac Jones. They actually didn't get to him as much as I thought they would. Only 2 sacks today, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm sure they still got pressures. I didn't see any of the advanced stats yet, but just give Stroud time and it's going to be enough. 475 and 26 points isn't insane, but they were able to control time of possession completely. 41 minutes to 18 minutes, which is pretty. Yeah,
That's nuts.
they killed it. This was not an 11-point game. This was domination on all fronts. San Fran, see y'all
In the mud.
Yeah, but huge win for Houston. Well, obviously, you'll dive into more of the Rams side on this. I'll focus on the Texans side. But we've got Texans now play Denver next week, which, to my point, really good front seven. I do not think Texans are going to be able to hang in that game, even though it's at home. I could be very surprised. Maybe this is a rhythm builder, but Ravens were supposed to be a rhythm builder, and then we went to the bye and then showed up in Seattle and laid an egg. So I think the front seven thing really matters a lot. But I loved what I saw today. I mean, I hinted on a couple things there, but the receivers looked really good. Shout out the 3 Iowa State Cyclones, Hutch, Noel, and Higgins for showing up today, man. That was fun. That was probably the most fun Texans game of the year. Like Ravens was kind of like it was fun, but it just felt different. It was on the road, whatever. Like this was fun. That was a fun game. Stroud threw for 318. Woody Marks had 111 yards from scrimmage. Shout out Woody. Chubb with another 70 on the ground. I mean, yeah, just they dominated today. Couldn't be happier. I'll let you dive into the Niners and NFC West side of this a little bit.
Yeah, I will say for the game, I was pretty impressed with them. That is a good point you made about the D-lines, like I guess the commonality between the 3 wins that they've had. And honestly, I mean, maybe I'm totally tripping by saying this, but they definitely. I mean, they didn't play well against the Seahawks, but for how bad they played, they were still in the game in parts. Like I remember watching that and thinking
100%.
like, if they had capitalized on opportunities, they could it could have been like a closer game. Today, the one thing like you mentioned, almost 500 yards for 26 points isn't probably the best, and I think they were 1 for 5 in the red zone, which is something they got to clean up. But
For sure.
I mean,
Totally agree.
as a Rams fan, I know what that's like, and there's more similarities between the Texans and the Rams, I think, than people may believe. Like I think the Texans are kind of like a Rams team from last year, where they have a good D line and issues in the red zone, and maybe not the greatest. I guess specifically this game, but they had like Nico Collins. Obviously didn't play this game, but Nico Collins kind of Puka thing, where they're the focal point of the offense. Run game isn't necessarily amazing. Offensive line is kind of a work in progress, we'll call it. But yeah, no, that was a fun game to watch. It was weird that the Niners weren't able to get into rhythm, and I think they said McCaffrey didn't have either he had one carry or no carries in the first quarter. I want to say no carries or no touches at all, which was bewildering to me that they didn't try and get him more involved, especially with some of the, I guess, injuries that they had. I mean, I guess Jimmy Ward, and then obviously CJ's not on the team anymore. But yeah, going back to the Niners thing, I think this loss might set them back in the division race. Obviously, they're still, I believe it'd be a half game behind the Rams and the Seahawks, since both of those are 5-2. Now their Niners are 5-3. I don't know if the defense is gonna get better for them because Fred Warner's not coming back, Bosa's not coming back. They don't have anyone coming back from injury that's of note to the point where it's like a game changing kind of like this is who they have.
I have more points I want to like, not counter, but like say another thought on.
Yeah.
But I'll let you keep going. But really quick, they had like 6 more guys, 6, 7 maybe, I don't know. But they had so many guys from the D line like leave today.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who they don't have anybody left. Like that's why that's why I was like the Texans still. I don't really like it was a fun game, but like that 475 is kind of a weird number because there's no one on that defense anymore. Like really.
Yeah. No. Because I think Bosa was out. I mean, I guess for the people who are gonna be able to return, I want to say it's Yetur Gross Matos was one of the guys, and he's been kind of solid for them this year. And then they had another dude injured, I want to say on the D line, and then Alfred Collins got banged up. 91, I think his name's like Odigbike. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He got banged up. I want to say an ankle injury. I mean, they seemingly are always injured, the Niners, which is just weird, to say the least. They're kind of like the Chargers of the NFC, where they're just seemingly always missing key guys throughout the course of the year. And it's going to be interesting to see when Purdy comes back. They get Ayuk, they get Pearsall back. Because, I mean, Kittle played today, but, like, outside of the Kittle touchdown, like, you weren't really fearing George Kittle, and credit to the Texans defense, they locked that shit up, and especially with McCaffrey. I mean, they made McCaffrey look ordinary, like they made him look very regular, and that was pretty crazy. Yeah, I guess going back to what was it that you were looking to bring up?
So on the Seattle game a little bit, like, and sometimes I don't like these stats, but the Texans are. Because, like you were saying, Seattle didn't really pull away in that game. Like, Texans had many opportunities. It was one of the weird football games where usually, like, if you really win the turnover battle, you win the game. The Texans won the turnover battle 4-1, I believe. Maybe 4-2, but I think 4-1.
Yeah.
And they still lost, but they had many chances. I mean, the Texans' defense is... Like, call me a homer. It's easily top 3. I would put it.
I think it's 1.
I think it's one,
Yeah.
but again, I can't. It's hard for me to say that because everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're a homer," whatever. But
It's easy for me to say watching them.
yeah,
They're number one. They
it's
they
different.
kept them in
It's
that game
different.
last week.
Exactly. Um, they're one of the unluckiest teams in the league right now. Like the Vikings last year, one of those lucky teams. Vikings a couple years ago, right? As well when they lost to the Giants in the wild card, a really lucky team. Like there are really lucky teams, and then there are unlucky. People don't usually talk about the unlucky teams. Like the Texans just have been on kind of the bad luck side in terms of analytics. Like I still really like this team. It's really a matchup thing week to week because if it's a weak D line, like I have insane confidence that they're going to win because the defense is going to hold its own. Niners held to 15, and all the offense has to do is score 20. That's how I went into this game today. The Niners are not scoring 20. It's just not going to happen. And even the Niners today, I mean, they had a couple, like they had the Jennings play right to the 1 yard line on like a 3rd and 15. Maybe, I mean, great play. I'm not taking anything away from the Niners, but maybe a little lucky, right? Like you could argue they could have been in single digits just as easily as they had 15.
If Brian Robinson doesn't get that return before half, they're not getting the touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's an unlucky play. Like,
Yeah.
It's I like this team. I don't know if we're gonna make the playoffs. The Colts just are dominating right now, and they're like I'm a little salty because I had them last year. We've talked about this. They're a good roster. They just need good quarterback play, and they've gotten it. But yeah, no, it's a fun game today, man. We'll see how it pans out. I think we'll lose to Denver next week, but that'll be a fun HUDDle showdown, if you will.
Do you want to hear something crazy come out of my mouth right now?
Yeah, what do you got? What do you got?
I don't think the Colts are good. And okay, my definition of good is, especially for a team is it 7-1 now after the Titans massacre today? 6-1, 6 or 7-1, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay. I'm sure out of the two people that watch this that actually watch football probably think that that's like a pretty stupid take, and I know that your reaction obviously pushed back on that, but okay, maybe it's because I'm a fan of the team that put them in the loss column. But if you stop Jonathan Taylor and you make Daniel Jones beat you, he threw 2 really poor picks against the Rams that helped the game. Obviously, Adonai Mitchell he hit on his parlay with the touchback through the end zone. But I still firmly believe that the Rams would have at least been in the game, and the game would have gone to OT had they scored that touchdown, just because the Rams at the time, I think that was week 3 or 4, like the Rams were a second half team, or week 4, yeah. The Rams were a second half team. Like that's how they were competing against everybody the weeks prior. Like they weren't very good against the Texans week 1 in the first half. Week 2 against the Titans, they were pretty slow. I know they jumped out to a big lead against Philly, whatever. I hate that game. But the Colts defense, I don't think is very good. I
don't think that's crazy.
Like, I get it. They've held teams. Let me look up their Colts schedule. Let me look up the teams they've played.
While you're looking that up, I think what you're saying is they're not a contender in the AFC, and I would agree with that.
I think they lose first round.
I don't have a problem with that. It would be a matchup thing for me because I do believe in Indy, but like if they're going up against like Buffalo,
no. Like
or
especially
KC,
even if they're in Indianapolis, I don't care where the game could be played in Dubai. I really don't give a shit where the game is played. Like listen to the wins that they have. Week 1 against the Dolphins, 33-8.
Yep.
The Dolphins. Okay. Week 2, they beat the Broncos on like a push-off penalty. The field goal penalty, right? Okay. The next week, they beat the Titans 41-20. Okay, solid. The next week, they lost to the Rams 27-20. Week after that, they skunked the Raiders. The Raiders.
Yeah.
The week after that, they barely beat Jacoby Brissett at home.
Yeah. That was a weird game.
And then the week after that, they beat the Chargers that have no starting tackles. I think they lost their backup tackle that game. Neither of their 2 top running backs. So it's like, I don't really know. And then this week they skunked the Colts, or they skunked the Titans again.
Yeah.
7-1. Obviously, they're going to make the playoffs, and they're 95% chance of them winning the division. I posted, I think it was the Instagram reel. I've come to terms that my parlay is just nuked based off the Colts, and maybe that's why I hate them, because they're the one team that's going to nuke my parlay. I just don't see them. Like, if you're telling me Daniel Jones has to beat you in a playoff game, like if you're down a touchdown, right, and you need Daniel Jones to go walk down the Bills. I mean, maybe the Bills defense is suspect, right? But like, who would the Colts play? They would play a wild card team. That would be
their most likely scenario is, I think, they play
a lower seed.
Yeah, I've looked into this. So this will tie together. I picked Colts in my Survivor League today because I looked at their schedule and I was like, there's no game from here out that I want to pick Indy. I want them against the Titans. Let's not overthink it. Because I think the rest of their schedule, it's like you're in toss-ups. If they still have the 2 Houston games, which I will be very curious to see how those go, because I mean, the division can shake up real quick if the Texans get both of those. I'm not saying they will, but I think it's very, very possible. That defense might make Daniel Jones look average. But
I'll take it one step further. I don't even think Daniel Jones has looked far beyond above average this year. It's Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren carrying the shit out of this team, dude. Like, literally, they are Steph Curry Draymoning that shit, backpack style. Jonathan Taylor is the best player in the NFL as it stands right now. Like, just based on this specific season, the production, everything.
Yeah.
The best player in the NFL right now.
Maybe Mahomes, but, you know.
I'll say non-quarterback wise on the offensive side of the ball.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Best offensive player in the league by like a fat margin. And credit to the O-line. They've been probably one of the best, if not the best O-lines in the league. But yeah, I just, it's the same thing with the Vikings last year. Like,
yeah,
if you're going to make one of these reclamation project quarterbacks beat you, like, so be it. Like, prove me wrong then. But until one of them do it, I will not have belief in said teams.
I think my only pushback would be, it's like the NFL, and I know I'm not talking like, you know, the NFL very well, like, so I'm not saying that, like, I think you'll agree with me, but the NFL, if you're beating the bad teams by a lot, like, it does say something. Like, not every team does that.
That's fair.
If you handle business, you handle Tennessee. Like, I mean, the Colts are like covering every single, which that's like a betting thing. I get it. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but like, they're handling business week after week after week. Besides, obviously, the Rams game, but the Rams are a good team. Like, we both agree with that. So they've handled the games they're supposed to win. They've won all of them, if not more, which I think means something. I think that's not nothing.
No, yeah. And credit to them. I mean, Daniel Jones has been solid this year.
Goodness. Wow. Rodgers deep ball. Got it. Roman Wilson.
Maybe, yeah, I mean, I guess we won't dig too deep into the NFL this year. I don't know how much time you want to allot to the NFL.
We got a little more time on the NFL, I think.
This is something that I wanted to bring up with you.
Let's do it. We have time.
Speaking of the teams that are playing right now, I have two different ways we can go. There's a Steelers topic and a Packers topic. I'm curious as to what you want to pick, because I think both of them are relatively tame compared to what I usually say.
Sure. Okay.
I would say going down the Steelers route, I think the Steelers are in the worst position out of any NFL team in the league right now. My second take is I don't think the Packers are legitimate contenders this year. Point being, the Steelers have committed money to Jalen Ramsey, TJ Watt. I think they restructured Cam Hayward's contract. They're going to have to pay Highsmith, I believe. They have Herbig, who's another guy they have to pay. They paid DK fucking Metcalf. Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback. They don't have a legitimate running back, a legitimate offensive line. They traded for the dude from Miami, the tight end, and they got absolutely punked on that trade. I know we talked about it maybe in an earlier podcast, but maybe this is. I'll take it one step further. I don't think the Steelers are going to win the division. I think the Ravens are going to come and snatch that shit back, like 100%.
I like both topics. I think,
like the Steelers, like you could bring up Miami or the Jets and be like, okay, they're in worse positions. They have shit records, and I'd even throw the Bengals in that department too. But at least the Jets and the Jets and Miami will be picking probably in the top 5 respectively. I mean, Jets are probably going to be picking number 1 along with the Saints, 1 and 2. And then it's just like this purgatory state of football, and they haven't won anything since you and I were in elementary school. And it just it's baffling to me that people will root for a team. It's like watching the Angels, but worse. Because they're flying closer to the sun. Like, at least the Angels had the number 2 overall pick, and even then, I don't necessarily love the pick that they made. But nonetheless, you have the ability to change your franchise at least a little bit. The Steelers are going to make the playoffs as a wild card team, get smoked in the first round, and then rinse and repeat. They're going to re-sign Aaron Rodgers next year. Everybody's going to be a year older.
I'm not so sure on so. I actually think your Steelers point, I'm actually not going to argue it as much as you think. Okay. I think they are in a bad position. However, so the Jets are in better position. I would actually agree with that.
Yeah.
I would say Miami's an interesting one because they've got all these weird weapons that they're paying too. They're a weird one to me. And they've paid the quarterback. I don't know if I agree with the Miami point, but I do know what you're saying on the Steelers thing. Because I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to come back for another year. I feel like this is his last year, and then the Steelers are in a really weird spot because they're again not going to have a quarterback, and they're paying all these weird players and whatever. So I'm not going to push back on that as much as you think. I think their year this year is just interesting because the AFC feels wide open aside from the two. Even if you think the Ravens are going to win the division, and I kind of agree. I'm not pushing back on that either. But the Steelers could make the second round here. And then
that's the problem, is that's what they're celebrating. If you're not going for broke, I honestly think they're in a worse position next year if they re-sign Rodgers than if they just let him, if he retires or if he just. I mean,
I agree with that.
Because then you're just stuck in the same fucking position, dude. At least
they're stuck in the middle of the pack.
At least they could try out. They're gonna have pick. Let's call it 20. You can probably get John Mateer at that, and I think John Mateer is the most overrated college quarterback right now. That's not named Arch Manning.
You better be careful what you say about Mateer because he looked really rough at the end of that Ole Miss game. He missed a couple crazy throws that were I had Oklahoma, so maybe I'm
No, I was watching that with Scott yesterday, and he kept forcing the exact same throw,
and the
entire fourth quarter, dude. The left side streak route. On the fourth down play and plays before that, he kept forcing the ball to the exact same route, and it wasn't working at any point.
This class of college quarterbacks
terrible.
Is not good. We're on the Pickett level quarterback class, in my opinion.
If Mendoza is the number 1 this year, I will. Like I think ceiling wise, you'd have to say Simpson or Sellers or I mean I don't know what the Alar situation
Ty
is.
good. I think Ty's good. I think
I think he's the best quarterback in the draft, like from a production standpoint. But yeah, this quarterback class is fucking trash, dude. Like yeah, my point being is that at least if you're the Steelers and Rodgers retires, you can use that first round pick like in a Kenny Pickett situation, and you can draft a young quarterback and say like, hey, like, you know,
they
go
have
into
Will
the next
Howard
year.
still, by the way.
Huh?
They have Will Howard. I don't know if I love Will Howard or not, but I'm just they do have Will Howard.
Yeah, Will Howard does exist on that team, and like you could try him out for a couple games, see what you have. But it's just like the pushback I have with Miami being in a better position is that if they're smart, you fire McDaniels after the year so that another team doesn't pick him up as an OC. Maybe that's a little bit selfish because I do think that
He'd be
somebody's going to pick him up, like Philly. If Philly picks him up, fuck, like we're fucked. But like if Miami was smart, they trade Jalen Phillips. If Miami's smart, they trade Bradley Chubb. If Miami's smart, this offseason they look for Jalen Waddle suitors. They somehow unload the Tyreek Hill contract and get at least maybe a pick or two back, and then you just put Tua on the bench and just say, this is purgatory for you.
I really wish they traded Tyreek before because they would have gotten like a third, or probably a third. I don't want to say a second because that contract, but they would have gotten a third. Now you're looking at like a seventh, maybe.
I'd say
it might be like you send a seventh, and then you're sending Reek and a sixth because of the contract. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, maybe he doesn't even play football. I assume he'll play again, but like maybe he just doesn't play anymore. Like he's just satisfied. But yeah, no, the Steelers are just not it. I don't know what it is with me just grilling the Steelers, but it's just crazy to me that a team would pay all these guys past their prime, like boatloads of money. Like TJ Watt's best years are behind him. Jalen Ramsey, same thing. I said from the moment from the moment Smith and Jigba got drafted to the Seahawks, he was already a better receiver than DK Metcalf, and that's been blown out of the water this year. But like, they traded George Pickens, they paid DK Metcalf, and now they want another wide receiver. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that management? Like,
I agree with that. I there won't be a ton of pushback on me with that. I think it's just I mean, we've talked about this on the pod like a good amount of times. Like, I like when teams are competitive. I think it fires up your fan base. I mean, it's a business. Like, you're getting ticket sales and all that. You're not getting as much ticket sales if you're like irrelevant. But it does make it harder to contend. I will say in this modern age of NFL, like, we look at the quarterbacks that have won. Like last year, you can feel how you want about Jalen Hurts, but that team, it was one of those weird outliers where like that roster is like the best in the league, right? It's either you have a top 3 quarterback or your roster is like undefeated.
Absurd.
Yeah. So
like I think that a similar situation to the Eagles winning last year was the Broncos the year that they won with Peyton Manning at the helm. Like, Peyton Manning was limping to the finish line with them, and they had an absurd defense, crazy weapons around him. Like, they were propping him up. It was basically the Jalen Hurts situation.
Hold on. Okay, we're now going down a rabbit hole, which I enjoy. But just to make sure, I think that Peyton Manning year was the year that they were like, actually a really good offense. And then the Carolina year was the one where he was limping in. Is that not right?
No, that's what I'm saying. The last, because they got smoked by Seattle the year that they had, it was Peyton Manning 55 touchdowns, and then the Legion of Boom just ran a train on them.
That's what I thought.
The year after when they played the Panthers, Peyton Manning got carried.
Correct. Yes.
And then he retired on top, right? Because then they paid Brock Osweiler and they fucking shit that John Elway overrated shit the bed as a fucking
Anyways.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry to bring that up. I'm sorry. But like, I do agree with your point. Like, and the thing is like, if you're the Steelers and you're this close in a year that the AFC is open, which again, I still think the Chiefs are gonna. I think you and I both agree the Chiefs are
I placed
like
my
the number
Super Bowl
one.
bet. You thought it was a
Yeah.
pretty good chunk of money.
Like, go for broke. Like, fucking trade for Jalen Waddle and give Aaron Rodgers another player to play with besides DK Metcalf. Even though DK Metcalf is essentially Jalen Waddle, but 6'4" with a six pack, right? Like, it just at least give him something, or trade for fucking Brees Hall and give him a running back. Like, do something to at least inject some life into this team, because they're going to go into the playoffs. They're going to limp into the playoffs. Someone's going to be hurt or going to get embarrassed. Mike Tomlin, the standard is the standard. They're going to fucking do the same shit next year, and it's just going to be this like cycle of bullshit. And it's just like, golly, dude, it's infuriating. But
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Let's hit on the Packers real quick, and then we'll move forward. I think,
Packers defense sucks.
yeah, they just scored, by the way, Tucker Kraft. If that means anything to you at all, I'm just keeping you updated.
What
I
is it,
think-
7-0 or?
7-3.
Oh, okay.
I think the Packers are still contenders. The reason I think that is, unless I'm missing a team in the NFC, I don't trust Philly. I love my Rams, but at the same time, I know
They have
there
flaws.
are they have flaws. The NFC feels stronger than it has in the past, but it feels like it also is open as well. So, like, if Jordan Love
Yeah.
can like hit a rhythm in the postseason, and I think if Micah is healthy and they can find a rhythm there, I think I just wouldn't shut the door. The Packers have not looked great since week 1, and I think that's kind of what you're like hinting at here. I just think they definitely still have a shot. Like, the Lions have looked better. I think the Lions, as of right now, like, I was writing for the first couple weeks of the season, like, Packers are better than Lions. Packers are better than Lions. I think I have to adjust what I've seen, and I think the Lions are better than the Packers as of right now, but I just don't think that's a closed door either.
No, that is very fair. It's just I'm assuming the Packers are going to lose a couple more games between now and the end of the season, and one of those games I think is going to be the Lions matchup when they're in Detroit. And I'm not a Packers aficionado, but I'm assuming they're going to drop another game. And they tied with the Cowboys, so I'm already concerned about that. But like, the thing that irritates me is the fact that they keep doing this like wide receiver by committee group, and instead of just committing to one like great wide receiver, like obviously they're not going to go get Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, but like I think that there has been avenues in the past for them to get a clear number one. Like if I asked you who's the number one receiver on the Packers right now, is it Matthew Golden?
No.
Is it Dontavion Wicks, Romeo Dobbs?
Dobbs. That Dobbs would be, but he's not a wide receiver 1, so I hear you.
Yeah, and so it's just like I don't understand it. And then for their defense, like I was bought in when they traded for Micah, and I still stand by it. I don't think their secondary is amazing. Like you can, and maybe this is just a super casual take, you can get interceptions in the NFL and not be amazing. Like
I agree with that. Bland, 1 year he got 6 pick sixes.
Kirby Joseph last year, I don't think was worthy of an All-Pro selection. And like Xavier McKinney's good, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's gonna glue the corners that they have. Like Keyshawn Nixon, I think he had a good start to the year. I don't think he's held up that same standard, we'll call it. And it's just like, I mean, Cooper's a good linebacker. Quay Walker's been solid. It's just like, if they were to go into Detroit in the playoffs, or they're going to go into Philly again, am I going to pick them over them? I genuinely don't think that they beat Philly. I'm Philly hater 101. You know this. I don't think they beat Philly in any playoff format, whether it's in Green Bay or in Philadelphia. Like, I think Saquon runs over them and embarrasses them again. Like, and I just, their whole philosophy of like feed it to Jacobs, pick up easy yardage with receivers, and then the defense just does enough. Like that's not going to win you games in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like they low key. Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
I think your points are valid. I mean, if I were to pick right now, like my NFC team, man, I would predict a Lions Rams NFC Championship as of right now. I don't know. I don't know if that pans out. I don't know. We don't know like seeding and stuff. But if I'm gonna pick my two favorite teams in the NFC, it would be those two. I just don't. I don't trust Philly. I just don't. Like, I think they're vulnerable, and like we've seen, besides like the Chiefs, teams don't really like go back, back to back years.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like keep that premise. I just think the Packers are right there, and that like I'm going Lions Rams probably, and then I'm going like 3A 3B tie between like Philly and the Packers. That's kind of how I'd rank it. I like Tampa as well. Shout out Tampa, but they just are so banged up. They're so banged up.
Yeah. I'll give Seattle credit, and I think that they're
Seattle as well for sure.
I think they're in that kind of tier with. I mean, honestly, I think the four teams that you listed, and then Seattle, if you put all five of them together, I think those are the clear best.
Seattle in that third tier, I think, probably.
Right? But like, at least with the Packers situation, like, even if they have to play Seattle in the playoffs, like, I don't know if they beat Seattle. Like, if they have to go into Seattle, I don't think that's happening.
I kind of am with you there. That's a tough game.
And like maybe Sam Darnold has another disaster class in the playoffs if the Packers can get pressure on him. But like Seahawks O-line is better than what the Vikings had going into that game last year. Like JSN's been the best receiver through 8 weeks now. Like, and they haven't even really figured out their running game, which is the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Like I watch them closely because they're a division rival and they're probably the biggest comp to the Rams this season in the division. And like the defense is good. Like they have, I think defensive line wise, I don't know how you rank them, but Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, Texans are the top 4 defensive lines in the league. And then there's a gap, like a fat gap.
Yeah, Leonard Williams is on Defensive Player of the Year like pace right now.
Yeah, like Byron Murphy's good. They have solid edges. I think Witherspoon's been banged up, and they've still been playing well. Like they're good. I honestly think if they have to go into Philly, I think they wax Philly with that defensive line. Because I mean, Philly's offensive line has been poor this year.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if you gave me Seahawks into Philly plus like 4.5, I would take that. I would bet that so fast.
That's
like,
yeah.
Seahawks are that's a hand up. I should have thrown them in that third tier. I can't move them higher, even though they've looked really good. Like I was a Seahawks believer into when we did our like preseason video. Like I believe in Seattle. I can only prove that because I have a Seahawks division winner bet just because of the number was really good, like plus 600, I think. Yeah, great value. I think there is the Darnold piece that scares me, but they've looked phenomenal. Like they deserve to be in that third tier.
Yeah. The one thing that's holding me back from them is the fact that if you have a team like, I mean, Philly's not a great example because we kind of just fucking dicked on them. But like, if you have a corner that plays physical, or if you have guys that can double JSN, and then you have to, I mean, I respect my GOAT, but like, if you make Cooper Kupp and Torrey Horton and AJ Barner have to beat you,
yeah, it gets a little tough.
I don't know, Jim.
I mean,
like
the Texans defense forced 4 turnovers on them.
Yeah,
like they're vulnerable for sure. I think that's kind of why I hesitate with Seattle. Like I know the Texans defense is elite. 4 turnovers is a lot. That's a lot.
And especially the what was it, the fumble in the end zone that Will Anderson, defensive player of the year, give that shit to him, dude. We can stop playing around. It's either him or Myles Garrett this year. Myles Garrett did have 5 sacks today, which was looking nuts.
He had 5 today. I was following, but my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, like that's absurd.
I feel so bad for Browns fans because I was talking to Ryan, Garland about the game before, like that. Dude, that Browns defense is no joke. They are they're very close to Houston and Denver. It's just they get tired in games. They lose gas at the end, but the way they start every single game is so dominant.
Jim Schwartz has that fucking unit running like the goddamn Navy, dude. Like it's SEAL Team 6 when they pull up.
I don't have Defensive Player of the Year odds. I was kind of curious.
But no, yeah, I think Benito's actually number 1 right now, which is low key crazy to me, for many reasons. But I just going back to the original point, like I think the Packers are very beatable. I still don't even think they're the best team in their division. I think that was the pick. I think I had the Lions number 1 in the division. I think you and I were split.
Yeah. Yep, I had Green Bay. You had Detroit.
And like I don't know. Like I just don't see it happening for them until they commit to getting an actual wide receiver 1. Like if Matthew Golden's your number 2, that's fantastic. Like if they, this is just like playing Madden mode GM, but like imagine in the offseason something happens with Philly and they're just like, fuck it, AJ Brown, you're going to Green Bay. I'm terrified.
Would never trade him to Green Bay. That would be wild.
But like if they were to get a receiver of that caliber, like a top 15, I mean maybe they pay Pickens in the offseason.
Waddle, T. Higgins, maybe. I mean, I
don't know, Jim.
But like, I don't know.
I take Pickens over. I take Pickens over both of them, and like if you can get Pickens for, because his production's going to slow down with the Cowboys now since CD's back. If you can get Pickens for $20 million a year, that's a good deal.
Yeah,
especially for how elite he looked. Like I texted you, the Cowboys offense looked elite, and then of course they got destroyed today. That's just the hidden jinx, but
Denver, so
right. And Dak had a terrible pick. I don't know if you saw the highlights of the game, but he threw a rubber duck over the middle to my boy Jahdae Barron, and it was just like, golly, dude. Besides the point, yeah, I'm not going to take the Packers seriously until they walk into SoFi and run the Rams trap, or if they make it to the Super Bowl. I just don't see them being a team that makes it past the divisional round this year.
Yeah, I mean, with the way the Lions have looked, it's hard for me to argue that. Like, I think I was definitely, and I think I said it on one of our last episodes, I definitely was wrong about Detroit. I've already just like baked that in. I mean, at this point, I had them being like a 9-7 team. That does not seem to be the case. Like they're firing, on all cylinders. Offense looks good. Defense looks good. Like they have to have the edge on Green Bay, but I don't know. I still believe in Green Bay. I just think the way they looked in that week 1, if they can get back to that, I think they have a chance. Let's transition real quick. Let's get some NBA going because we wanted to. So maybe we have time for some World Series. I don't know what I want to specifically hit on. I mean, we can definitely talk Lakers, obviously. Always down for that.
I don't want to do that.
Well, Luka, listen. Luka, let's just go over the 2 Luka games. Because I'm on the MVP agenda for Luka. 43, 12, and 9, 49, 11, and 8. Luka's been phenomenal. Obviously, he's now hurt. A little bit tragic, but he's looked really good. Where do you think they're going to stack up in terms of the West? Like, do you think it's like, I have them being like a, jokes aside, like actually like a 6, 7 seed probably?
I think I don't know who I picked to finish over them. I think they finished 5 in
Yeah,
the West. I just I'm not going to go into a whole rant about the Bus ownership after Dr. Bus died and they had Genie running the team, but this team could have had Walker Kessler,
for
and a lot
sure.
of their problems would have been fixed had they just stopped being stingy with their picks and just said, okay, we're going to commit to Walker Kessler for Luka for the future. Obviously going to get LeBron later this year. We have Reeves on a good deal. Um, like they're just not a serious team, dude. Like this Mark Walter trade or the Mark Walter sale can't happen fast enough. But like this like stinginess with assets and the poor asset. I was talking to funny enough, I used to work at the gym with another dude named Hudson, and he's a big Sixers fan, and I was talking ball with him. Like, Palinka is probably the worst GM in the Lakers' history that I can think of in recent memory. I mean, Mitch Kupchak was pretty bad, but like, Palinka has squandered every single asset they had and lucked into Luka Doncic. And with the FBI shit, it's almost guaranteed that fucking they funneled Luka to LA and then Cooper Flag to the Mavericks. Like that, it probably happened. Like I'm not even gonna put on the tinfoil hat. Like it probably happened. Like
Yeah,
there,
there's no way it didn't, right?
right? Like it just makes wait. This is the tip of the iceberg for the FBI shit. Like there's other shit that's gonna come out, and it's just gonna be like I don't know. It sounds like the NBA was just sweeping all this under the rug.
I
Regardless of
mean,
the
the
point.
NBA. Here's my. Can I? I'm just gonna say something really quick. The
Yeah.
NBA. Uh, I love basketball. I love basketball. You know this. I love college basketball. The NBA is all like the NBA has grown on me, but the league is just so fishy. Like, listen, sports gambling. We can get into a whole. We could probably do a whole thing on this. I've got a lot of knowledge, obviously. You should see like all these guys in the NBA like know the spreads and know NFL guys don't. For the record, like some guys will like they'll get caught for gambling or whatever, but like I remember one Hornets game, like there was a backdoor cover from a three, and the bench was like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
reacting because it was right on the spread. Like these guys, they're so intertwined with all of it. It's just so weird to me. Like it does not shock me at all that like
It's
this
like
stuff.
the Gary Payton reaction on the Warriors. I think there was a similar thing that happened
Yeah,
at the end of the game. Like it, it it's not even something fishy. There's stuff going on, and it's a matter of time before something not catastrophic, but something like a big fish happens. Like okay, Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier got busted.
the
There's
Chauncey
no
thing is crazy because it's not intertwined with the basketball. It's all on the side. The Rozier stuff is bad. That stuff is really bad.
well, the Chauncey thing is that it's somehow related to the mafia.
Yeah, I can
There,
explain that if you want. But
well, no. I know, like with the whole card gambling, he was reading the cards with fucking X-ray glasses. Like, what type of
yeah,
superhero shit is this? But like, there's entities out beyond the NBA, and I'm gonna sound absolutely absurd, and I, nothing positive is gonna come out of what's gonna come out of my mouth if I say it. Long story short, there's other entities that are influencing the NBA and their private interests. Um, Starting with the
sure.
commissioner, Adam Silver. Like they're hiding shit, and I mean David Stern when he rigged the envelope for the Knicks to get Patrick Ewing the 1 year, right? When he put the fucking envelope in the spinning ball and the fucking corner was uh, snagged or whatever. It's like it's been happening. It's
Yeah,
been
for
happening.
sure. LeBron to
Like
Cleveland,
LeBron to
Derrick Rose to
Cleveland.
Chicago. Come on.
How have the Spurs gotten top 3 picks the last like 27 fucking years, dude? Like the Sixers somehow landed VJ Edgecombe, the 3 overall pick
The
after,
Mavs getting that pick is
yeah,
insane.
like
The
kiss my ass to the NBA, dude. Like there's shit going on for sure. But
yeah,
if we can just rig it for the Lakers to get a fucking big man, like how about we trade LeBron for fucking Cooper Flag? Can we do that? Can we one more Adam Silver before you get arrested on conspiracy charges? Like, bro, throw me a bone. You stranded Luka on this island with no fucking help, dude. and we're gonna have to pay Austin Reeves fucking 30 to 40 million dollars in 2 years. Like, blow my head off, dude. There's no way. I The one positive of the NBA this year is that all the rookies have looked pretty solid, minus Cooper Flag. I've been very impressed.
I'm hungry, man. I lived off generators, bro. For
Is that Cooper Flag?
No, VJ Edgecombe.
Oh, yeah, he's a demon, dude. That was the greatest. That was the most points scored in a rookie debut this century, and the most since like civil rights had been a thing. Yeah, I bricked not picking him up, but I picked up Cedric Coward, and he's looked like a monster for the Grizzlies. Like,
Yeah.
VJ Edgecombe looked good. Jeremiah Fierce for the Pelicans has been good. Derek Queen for the
he's
Pelicans has
been
been good. Trey Johnson for the Wizards has been good. Like, maybe this is just a new evolution of basketball, but we're about to see, and this is
Hey,
going
shout out
to
the
be
Rams. Shout out my guy Neek. Hey, not a lot of points, but a lot of boards, some steals.
good minutes, good quality minutes.
Good minutes.
Like the rookie class has been very Kalkbrenner on the
Yep.
on the Hornets. Like, there's been a lot of good rookies so far this year. The one thing that I wanted to bring up is, I know you brought up Luka earlier.
Yeah.
I don't think Luka's the MVP right now.
Who do you think it is?
It's the dude I drafted in fantasy basketball. But when it's all said and done,
Yeah.
there will not be a player that is. Wembanyama is the best player in the NBA right now, and he will be the GOAT by the time he retires, so long as he stays healthy. Knock on wood. I don't even care that he's a Spur.
Praying he stays healthy. Like, I'm a Christian. I'm praying, man. It's in my list. Like, Wemby needs to stay healthy.
If he stays healthy, we're gonna see literally my career 2K player on fucking crack. Like, this is the closest we'll ever see like a god playing basketball.
I sent a text in like our Fort Collins group chat. I was like, like 10 years ago, we were like making like demigods in like 2K just to like mess around. Like, 99 speed, 7.5, like 99 3-point. Well, we like kind of have it.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even like, he
It
just
shouldn't be
like,
it shouldn't be a thing.
no. I think this is the one guy, like, it's like there's a very fine list of like players I'm okay with on load management, and it's like LeBron because he's old, it's Victor because he's 7'5", and and like whatever he is, like, so whatever, I think pretty sure it's up there, 7'3", whatever it is, it's something like, right? Just keep him healthy, please, because like, and last year I know it was different. It was not a physical injury. It was blood clots. Like, that's a whole, I get it, but still, like, it's just, you're not even like human, really. It's crazy. It's crazy. No, I agree with you. I think, he's looked phenomenal. Like, I didn't watch the highlights today, but I'm curious.
No, okay. You want to hear a highlight from today? He had 2 blocks in 3 seconds and hit a half court 3 before the end of the half.
That's wild. That's wild. That's
And
wild.
it's even crazier when you see the highlight, because the second block, he basically wasn't even trying to block the ball until the player was halfway up in the air, and then he was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm 7'5", and just swatted it away. Like, I'm okay with them winning the next 10 championships, because I think that's going to be the best brand of basketball. They need to trade for Giannis yesterday, dude. I don't give a fuck what Adam Silver has to do. Put Giannis on that team, dude.
Well, now we know it can't happen.
It will happen, probably. All it takes is Stephon Castle, and and this is the thing, is the De'Aaron Fox trade still doesn't make sense to me, because you have all these assets on your team. Like, you have tradable contracts between Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell. You have all your picks going forward. You have Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle. Like, you have dudes on your team to make the Giannis trade work. and you fucking signed De'Aaron Fox to a fucking max deal. Are we out? And you traded
Yeah.
shit to get De'Aaron Fox.
The problem is I like Fox. It's just got to be on the court, brother.
That and his best basketball is behind him. I genuinely don't think there's an evolution to De'Aaron Fox's game to where it's like, whoa, like this is De'Aaron Fox. Like you know what you're getting. Like it just, why do it? I digress. They need Giannis. Once they could literally play 2v5 and they'll still win games.
Can I do a little? I'm looking at the FanDuel MVP odds right now. I want you to
Okay.
try and rank the top 4. And this is a hint, but ties are included in this top 4.
There are ties
There
in the
is a
top 4.
tie, a tie or multiple ties. Just try and rank them. Try and rank 1 through 4.
Okay. I know for sure 3 players that are on it. I'm trying. Okay. Here are. Okay. 4?
Yeah, that 4. There's a main 4 in the running here, and don't
'Cause I have
overthink
5
it.
guys in mind.
Okay, I mean you can add the 5th, and I'll tell you where that person is.
Okay, I'm gonna go Luka's number 2. I want to say Wembanyama's number 1, but I feel like it's not that easy. Okay, Wembanyama 1, Luka 2, Giannis 3, Shea 4, Jokic 5, and I want to say Shea and Giannis 3 and 4 are tied.
Okay, so I'm surprised where you had Shea, because Shea's the number 1. He's at plus
Fuck.
160. But
Fuck no, dude.
here, but the next 2, this is what's interesting to me. I was shocked. The next 2 are tied. Jokic and Wemby are tied for number 2. So Shea, Jokic, Wemby, 2A, 2B, Luka, Giannis.
So okay, I'm proud of myself that I had the 5 guys. I guess that is a pretty
Yeah.
obvious list.
It's
There's
a
no
pretty
fucking
obvious
way.
list, but I'm very surprised because I know Wemby's been balling, but I was surprised to see him be tied with Jokic. That's a very high, respectable bar for Wemby. We are like 3 games in. You know what I mean?
We're watching Jesus Christ play basketball, dude. Like it's and respect to Jokic, you could argue best offensive peak of all time. I still think it's probably
I've
Curry.
given you my Jokic take. I think he's phenomenal. He hasn't looked quite. I mean, that game the other night against the Warriors, he struggled to score. He really shot poorly. So I understand. But Jokic is like, I mean, Jokic is still that guy, in my opinion.
Yeah. How can that's dude.
The Shea part kills me too, but I think it makes sense.
I'm starting to not like him because I keep this is like another thing too. Luka's better than Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's been from the moment Luka has been born on planet fucking Earth, he's been a better basketball player. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about the MVP. I don't give a shit about the fucking finals. If you put Luka Doncic on the fucking Thunder, dude, it doesn't go 7 games.
Luka's 100% better than Shea. 100%.
It's bewildering seeing some of the Thunder fan takes on Twitter, and they're like, hardware, bro. Luka. I'm not going to say the word I was thinking. Luka dicked down the fucking Thunder the last year when they made the finals. Like people forget Luka made the finals single-handedly. Like Kyrie Irving was solid. Luka put on 4 other backpacks every single night in the playoffs and walked down the team.
100%. 100%.
It is bewildering to me. Bewildering to me, dude. And it's like, obviously Luka's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Shea's obviously gonna be a Hall of Famer. Like all the 5 guys that we named are all gonna be Hall of Famers. How can you watch basketball and say Luka is not better than Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, even through the two games, the first 2 games of the season, right? Because now Luka's hurt, which is the only knock on him. How the fuck could you come up with that conclusion?
Well, here's what I will say. Whether
The Thunder
it's
have
fair
such a
or
better
not,
roster too.
it's the fact that the NBA. Don't get me. I like basketball, so I watch the NBA. I've gotten into it. Last year, I really got into it. I'm locked on the NBA, whatever. But I wish it was differently because this MVP is just. It's like you have to have a good team, and I get it. Like the 1 seed and winning matters. I get it. But I think what they're implying is like they don't think the Lakers are going to be like a top seed, essentially.
I agree, but like
I don't think like I would if we had a bunch of NBA people on, I would be shocked. Like I think Shea kind of drives me crazy, but at the same time, like he had the game yesterday where like he wasn't at the free throw line as much. He's one of the best mid-range shooters we've ever seen. Like, please give him his flowers. Like, we both agree with him. I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree with it. But like, but he's not
OG
better than Luka. He's not, and he's not
No.
better than Jokic either. Not even close. Don't get yeah.
No. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm just not bought into the Jokic hype as much as that. Like, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, absolutely, and like his peak. I genuinely don't think, bar for bar, at least career-wise, he hasn't had a better career than Luka.
He's got a ring.
Oh, okay, but what the fuck is this Shea Gilgeous-Alexander ass shit that's coming out of your mouth, dude? Like that, like okay,
Well,
yeah. Shea Gilgeous has a ring. He's not better than fucking Luka. Like, put Luka on a team that's built around him to succeed. Like, the Mavericks did not build a team at any point around him. They're so fucking unserious. Mark Cuban and that ownership group, like, they got rid of Brunson. The year they got him Kyrie Irving. The year that they went to the finals, they literally had Luka was hurt and he was still the best player on the floor. I don't give a shit. Garland can say it was Tatum or fucking Brown. That it's objectively false. Luka was the best player, and he should have won MVP that year. Like, he got snubbed for Jokic because Jokic was a higher seed. Like, that's
yeah. No, that point is fair. That point is very fair. I think.
Jokic's ring came against the fucking 8 seed. Like, if Luka got to play that same Miami Heat team the year that Luka made the finals, you could have put Luka Doncic out there by himself, and he would have soloed the Heat.
Here's what I'll say, and I think because I understand that we feel differently on Jokic, so that's like a point. Like, we can go back and forth on Jokic, Luka, and whatever. I love both. I think Jokic is better as a basketball player than Luka, but here, and I know you would press back on me for that, but here's what I'll say. Things can change very quickly. Luka, I believe, age-wise, has more time to like close that gap. We have more Luka upside.
What gap?
The ring gap. No, the resume gap.
Oh.
The resume gap. The resume gap. The resume gap.
This is the thing, though, and this goes back to the point that you were making about, like, the NBA is very narrative-based. Like,
100%.
Jokic should not have 3 MVPs. I don't give a fuck how you slice it up. We can dig into all the years that MVP, like, it's become such a fucking narrative thing, right? Because the was it 2018 when Harden won it over LeBron?
Yeah.
Like, the term most valuable player, what does that mean? It means, like, in baseball, I think they encapsulate it the best because they have WAR, wins above average, right? If how many wins you have above your fucking replacement, right? Ohtani had 10 this year. He's the greatest baseball player we've probably ever seen.
100%.
He's the MVP this year. He's going to have 4, right? If you take Luka Doncic off that fucking Mavs team the year that they made it to the finals, brother, that team is picking number 1 overall. Like,
Okay.
or at least top 5. If you take Jokic off the Nuggets,
No. I knew if you take Jokic off the Nuggets, they're the worst team in basketball. The stats prove it.
Stop.
The stats prove it.
The worst team in basketball is fucking hilarious.
The stats prove it. Also, well, we could
Proven?
I can prove it.
Be real.
Yes.
You
No.
think you think that those Nuggets teams are worse than what Luka had with him on the Mavs?
The stats literally, like when they subbed Jokic off in previous years, they literally are the worst team in basketball. Jokic, because Jamal Murray is You don't have listen. I mean, we're now on a side tangent, but
I'm gonna kill myself.
I'll pull it up.
Please do. I want to see this. Because this is okay. And that's the thing with the MVP, right? Like going back to my point.
Sure.
Luka should have easily fucking won the MVP that season. Easily. He was better than Jokic that year. And like
No, the MVP. I am not arguing with that piece. The MVP thing is just done. I don't put really any value in the Jokic's MVPs. I'm not like, oh my gosh, Jokic is the GOAT because of MVPs. I don't care about MVPs. I watch Jokic and I'm like, this dude is literally, he's like Luka. I mean, they're very similar. This is why we dream about Luka and Jokic, because like them on a court together, playing together would be unbelievable. They're two of the best offensive.
Adam Silver, please save me.
They're two of the best offensive players we've ever seen. You're not going to hear me like hate Luka. I don't.
No, I agree with what you're saying.
But it's just. And that's why I won't even argue with like who wins an MVP, because like Embiid got the one over Jokic. It's just like it's a joke award. Like LeBron, if we're doing it correctly, we should have had Jordan get him every single year in his prime. We should have had LeBron get him every year in his prime, essentially. Not quite exactly. We had a couple outlier years, but you get the gist, right? The most valuable player, like
LeBron one, I do agree with you.
Yeah.
The Jordan one, I push back on because Hakeem was fucking nuts.
For sure. Like we can get into but you get the point.
Yeah,
right?
No, I agree with what you're saying.
The point is there. Like if you want to give it to the most valuable player, they would do it very differently. But they don't. They try and dish out the award. Like even though Shea's the favorite, Shea isn't going to win it because they rarely give it back to back. Very rarely. It's not going to happen. They're not giving it
fucking Jokic or Giannis, dude.
I know. They need to figure that out how to properly do the MVP. But
that's the thing is, if they change the name of it, what would they change? Like I'm just spitballing here. What the hell would they change the name to? Like best season award, or like I don't even know what they would change it to, because obviously you're not the most valuable player.
They give it to the best season essentially. I mean, the NFL isn't far off, but the thing is, usually it's a quarterback that wins it, and those quarterbacks are very valuable. They're the most valuable player on the team usually.
Yeah.
And so it usually kind of follows accordingly. So I don't hate the NFL MVP as much, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think I don't know how we got down that rabbit hole, but bottom it was a good rabbit hole though. I enjoyed that. But bottom line, I think if we're looking at this year's MVP, this is how we got into it. We ranked him. Victor has a very good shot, a very legit shot. If he can stay healthy, I have no problem backing Victor because he's looked phenomenal. He might win it over both Luka and Jokic, and we don't even have to debate those two.
Yeah, we're probably seeing the best basketball player of all time develop. He's still going to get better.
Yeah. He just needs to. They need to. The thing is that their team around him. We talk about the Lakers supporting cast and the Spurs one. Spurs supporting cast probably an edge better without LeBron. With LeBron, it's I would probably give the edge to the Lakers, but the Spurs supporting cast is not anything crazy.
No, but I mean, to be fair, given the expectations that Wembanyama has, like they're still young. Like Dylan Harper's a first year, Castle second, Wemby third. Like this is like a work in progress kind of thing with them, and it's they rushed it with the De'Aaron Fox trade, which is the thing that pisses me off. But like they have assets to go get guys to fit. Like I think they'll get a couple 3-and-D kind of guys. And this is CJ McCollum's fault with the whole fucking CBA. I'm not gonna chew him out too much. But like it's either you get a max deal, you get $25 million a year, you get the minimum level exception, or you get a fucking minimum deal. The MLE or there's like another. I'm missing one in between 25 million and the MLE. There's like another like mini deal that you can get like that. It's just impossible to build teams now with the second apron bullshit. Like just
it's
let
insane.
it fly. If you want to spend, you spend. Fuck, like make it not like make it baseball, but like let teams spend.
Yeah,
like, stop.
It's weird because
Or expand the league.
You have essentially a hard. And you could correct me if I'm wrong here, because my NBA ins and outs knowledge are not like the NFL. Like you know me, I've got the NFL on lock with pretty much everything. But I think the NBA's cap is closer. It's pretty much a hard cap. You have the luxury tax and stuff, but like it's an NFL model. It's not like the MLB where you can just kind of spend whatever. So if you have a hard cap and you add like an apron, it's just weird. Like you can't build, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be demonstrated with the Thunder, right? Because they gave Shea a bunch of money, and then they're gonna have to essentially pick between J-Dub and Chet down the line.
Yeah,
and I mean, the one benefit is that they're gonna probably end up flipping. I think they're gonna end up trading J-Dub out of the two, and they're gonna either trade him for valuable pieces to build around, or they could just be like, okay, we want 4 first-rounders, 5 first-rounders for him. So then when Shea's a little bit older and, Chet's probably broken down, like they still have like, Case and Wallace. They have guys around Shea right now that'll be fine, like Caruso, all these guys. They can just reload. Like it's like a cheat code. Like they can ship off Chet later on, like just keep building around Shea essentially. But like it's just a dumb way to limit teams to make it fair. And there's just, I saw Jaylen Brown saying like, oh, like the best talent isn't in the NBA right now because like a lot of the guys are international, but like the international guys are coming to play in the NBA. Like it is the best assortment of talent in the fucking, like you're not telling me.
I don't get that because that's definitely, the international guys are here. So
that maybe I'm missing something, but I was just like, this is like way too, he's a smart guy. He's obviously, he should have been like he was going to like work at NASA or whatever. Like that was fucking stupid. Like, because the 5 MVP candidates we named, they're all international players.
Yep.
And it's fair to say the best basketball players right now are not American. Like,
yeah, correct.
The best American basketball player right now is Jason Tatum, and like in their prime wise.
Yeah,
like I mean, fuck, we're doomed. Stephen Curry. And Steph's like 37.
Ant is up there. That's like
Ant,
it.
I'll take. Thank you for reminding me. It's Ant over Jason Tatum any day of the fucking week. Yeah, it's just like make it expand. Like expand the fucking league. Like if we're just gonna keep fucking teams that actually deserve top picks like the Nets and the Wizards, and you're gonna reload the Spurs and the Sixers, at least give other teams a competitive chance to like build relatively good teams. Shout out the Wizards. Tyshawn George is a monster. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
But like, get the Seattle team ready. Get the Las Vegas team ready. Let those two teams poach how they do like the supplemental drafts or whatever. But like, I don't know. Basketball. I've been very tuned out of basketball since the Lakers got swept by the Nuggets and the Nuggets won the finals, and like it just hasn't been necessarily a great product to watch. But yeah, like
I will say the playoffs last year were pretty dang great. We had
no. I just personally, Lakers fucking suck. Like they got waxed by the one team that was a very good matchup for them. and that might contribute to what it is that I'm saying in my saltiness. But like, yeah, I don't. It's just not. The talent level is the best it's ever been, but I think the enjoyability, like, it's just very. I don't know. There's just something off about it that's not as intriguing as baseball or football currently.
Oh, I 100% agree. I mean, like.
It's
I
missing
was,
something.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, it's hard to beat football, and that's a biased take for me. I love football, but it's like football's like a fan. Like it's, I don't. Obviously, you have guys. I'm not saying like every NFL player is perfect. You know, I'm obviously not. But like these are a lot of like these guys care. They care about the community. They're family based. Like a lot of them are. Like a lot of look at the top like quarterbacks, like Mahomes, Allen. Like these guys are like really good quality guys. I think you said you kind of brought this up on our last episode. Like all the top guys are like super, you know, they care, they're in the community, whatever. A lot of these NBA guys are. It's just a very different culture, and I think the culture kind of gets into the game itself. Like it's a lot of just like
It's very individualistic.
Yeah,
It's,
exactly.
it's not as big of a team sport.
Yeah.
Like one guy can take. I mean, obviously, like Otani took over the game against the Brewers, but like it's 5 guys on the court versus 11 guys on the field, or
That okay? Can I just hit on that really quick? That's a
Yeah.
crazy. Baseball feels like more of a team sport, even though it's the most individual sport. That is a team sport. It is one guy batting versus one guy pitching. Like that is the matchup. Baseball stats, like
no, that's fair.
right? But it feels more like the Dodgers feel together as a team, right? The Blue Jays feel together as a team. But like the NBA is just like, all right, so like even though we're all together, like I'm just getting mine, and like we'll see if we win. Like it's like I don't know. The coaches don't matter at all. Like baseball is not a sport. Like you have managers, right? The managers are, you know, there's no plays in baseball really. Like you have plays in terms of like bunts and whatever, but like basketball at its core is supposed to be like, all right, we're in a 2-3, all right, we're in a press, all right, we're gonna run, you know, this pick and roll, blah blah blah. Now it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's weird, and NBA's weird. That's why I love college hoops. Like I know we won't talk about it much on the podcast, but that like in terms of what I like more, it's college hoops for sure. NBA is just you get the better talent, but there's something missing.
Yeah.
For sure. But regardless, it's going to be a good NBA season, even through all that negativity. We got Wemby going nuts. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Rockets look all right. I mean, the Thunder loss was fine. Whatever. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched too much. Eamon, from a statistical standpoint, has been a little disappointing because I drafted him in fantasy basketball and he's been banged up. But
he'll be fine.
They're going to figure it out. Yeah. I'm not. They're still going to be. Huh?
Sorry, I was going to let you finish. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, I still think they're going to be the 2 seed behind the Thunder this year. It's looking crazy the Thunder have been this good and they don't have J-Dub.
Yeah. Chet's looked really good. Chet's looked really good.
Or Caruso, like, they've been banged up. They might honestly go back-to-back. It's kind of scary.
Caruso played opening night.
I know, but now I think he got a concussion.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And then Kaysen Wallace was banged up. A.J. Mitchell's been really good for them. I don't really want to... Yeah. Like, they have some dogs.
They've got depth. They've got insane depth. Just pieces to, like, mess with. It's insane.
Topic still hasn't played a single minute.
He's going to get there, though.
Usman Dang has been chilling on the bench the last couple years. They drafted another guy this year. Was it
from Georgia?
Out for the year, right?
Yeah,
Sarber.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good. I liked him out of college a lot, but he just got hurt.
Yeah,
he's really good.
They're a dynasty waiting to happen. And I guess the apron kind of deters dynasties now. I guess that's kind of the point that McCollum made. I don't know if he was salty because he got bounced by the Warriors when he was on the Blazers, and then that just became a whole thing. But yeah, no, I used to be really into basketball, like the twilight years of Kobe, like when it was like Dwight Howard, Steve Nash. That was like when I was really, really watching, and then like even the Warriors years when they were winning, it felt a little bit more like
2016, like LeBron, like the Warriors, Cavs, like 3 years in a row. Oh, peak.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Maybe we're just getting old, but like that was just much better than I don't know. It just felt like the Warriors still played team basketball before Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Sean Livingston was a huge part of that team. They had Andrew Bogut giving them good minutes. Festus Ezeli is a name I remember. Leandro Barbosa. Like, they had guys that were like contributing in ways that maybe didn't necessarily show up in the. Give me Iguodala. Like, that was peak basketball. Yeah. I just. Something about it is just not as. It seems a little bit artificial.
As soon as we're out of football, we'll be very locked in.
Yeah.
Football trumps all until it's done.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
That's my rule. Like, I'll be locked in for some Rockets games. I'll be following scores, but like,
once Valentine's Day rolls around,
football game on, you will not not any, but like if there's any NFL game on, you will not catch me watching NBA. Like, with that going on, there's just not their season.
I will say I was going to watch the Lakers game over the Sunday night game tonight. Had Luka played, I could give a fuck at this point. I'm not watching Lakers basketball for a week, so that's that.
It's so unfortunate.
I don't know if you want to cut it off.
Yeah,
I was just going to say.
Oh, yeah, go for it. We'll cut it off.
World Series really quick.
Yep.
It's going to go 7 games.
Yeah, it feels like it.
I don't think I saw a crazy stat that was the Blue Jays are the best team in the league when playing or when hitting against pitchers that get 7 feet of extension, and Glasnow is like the cream of the crop of that. Damn, Cam Boozer had a 2020 game.
That's
Jesus. Wild. I will say this crop of American basketball players that are coming this upcoming, like, I'd never heard about this one kid from Kansas, Darren Peterson. Maybe I'm just like way too unk. Holy fucking shit!
I'm in the college basketball
scene.
Yeah,
I had heard about AJ.
Oh, AJ, yeah, AJ's the big one, obviously.
Bonsta. I don't know how to say his name. And Boozer. I had heard about those names. This Darren Peterson kid is literally Jordan.
Yeah.
Absurd. I'm curious to see which of the lucky bastard. That's the one thing that is really good with the drama of the NBA, and maybe it's just become reality TV, but like trade deadline and the NBA lottery, fucking cinema.
Yeah, trade deadline's always crazy. Like, you'd never get a good NFL trade deadline. It's just the way of the sport. But the NBA, that's the thing about the. Okay.
This last one was so good.
NBA point, and then we have to cut off the madness. The NBA is better for like
entertainment.
The NFL, it's all about the product on TV. The NBA, it's all about like off the court stuff. It's all
entertainment,
like building, trade deadline. Like, that's all. Like, that's where the NBA ratings come from. Like, oh, how can we build a super team? Like that. That. How can the Lakers get Luka, LeBron, Jokic? Like, that's like the. that's all. Where's Giannis gonna go? Where's LaMelo gonna go? Like, it's all like, that's what the NBA is, in my opinion. It's good entertainment. I'm not just gonna be super negative about it. Like, I enjoy parts of it, but like, that's why I'm not really tuned into regular season in October. Like, whatever.
That's part of me wants the Lakers to trade LeBron and Reeves and just tank the fuck out of the season and get picks for them and then get a top 3. Like, Luka with one of these young guys, holy shit. And then more picks later on, flip him for Walker Kessler. Like, that's your team. I know that's unrealistic, but this upcoming draft class, considering how crazy the one it seems to be, this most previous one, like 2025 with Flag and all those guys. I'm curious to see if this Peterson kid turns out, because it sounds like he's like literally the truth.
Yeah.
People are saying he's the best American prospect since Kyrie.
I mean,
I can't think of a better.
AJ technically American? I mean, AJ Bonanza.
Yeah. I think born American.
AJ. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because like Flag has been coming down the chains for a minute now. Like everyone's known.
Yeah.
But we've had a couple really good. Like people forget how good Zion was too.
No,
He hasn't turned out, obviously. He wasn't.
I want the Lakers
Zion
to go get
wasn't
Zion.
quite on the Flag level, but it was close. Flag is legit. He's just a little young. I think it's going to take time for him to get really good. But like, wait 3 years. Give me 3 years, and then people are going to like start to forget about Cooper Flag, and then he's going to start like really going crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what the Mavs are building in Dallas. I know we have to end this podcast, and that could be a whole nother hour of us talking.
We should probably end it before we go down the Mavs rabbit hole. But you can say something real quick if you want.
They should trade AD back to the Lakers. I'm being so serious. You got Cooper Flag. You have your future. They rigged it for whatever you want to call it, but like, that's the ideal big that Luka would take. Like, trade LeBron
Luka,
for
what's good, brother?
Yo, run it back real quick, just for one season, and then trade him back to Dallas or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of variability in the NBA. It's very interesting. I'm more hyped about this season than I have been since that 2023 season. So it's interesting.
I mean, I'm very fired up. Oh, is that going to be a dot? That's a PI. Yep. I'm very fired up about the Rockets. I mean, I think they're going to be really good. It's hard for me to put them above. Denver looked really, really good. Aaron Gordon, man. Holy cow.
That was an insane game.
Dude. Unbelievable. I mean,
Jokic has no help. Jokic has no help.
Okay, well, the stat, okay, we'll get into this after we press the stop button. I'll show you what I've seen. Now, Aaron Gordon was big help in that game, but no, he looks different. I was like, is this guy going to be like an MVP candidate or something? Like, what? What? That was insane. No, I mean, the NBA, it's going to be fun. Like, they got to fine tune a couple things, like we've said, but I think they can.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate y'all for making it to the end. If you did, we had a couple good moments there. A little Luka Jokic beef, always fire. Lakers, we got some Rams, got some Texans in there. We appreciate y'all. Everything will be in the description as always. We did not get our picks out this week, huh? I was like so out of it on Saturday. Like yesterday, I was. Yeah.
Week off.
Yeah, we're good. We'll be back. Picks will be up for next week, but appreciate y'all. And on to episode 24 coming soon this week.